budget battery test. So we have a GoldBat, Ovonic, YouMe power. These aren't your max amps. These aren't the big batteries that everybody wants to pay a bunch of money for to get the ultimate in performance out of it. It's not what we're looking at here today. We're looking at a lot of folks looking for budget-minded batteries to run their X-Maxx and other vehicles with them. What are we doing? We're going to test them with the X-Maxx because, in my experience, the X-Maxx is the one that kills batteries. It kills the Traxxas batteries that everybody buys with it when they first get it. It kills any battery that doesn't have a good C rating. And so for what we have at our house, it is the ultimate test bed. What we're going to do here is we're out on the farm because it's quarantine time. We're out on the farm. I'm going to basically do a big loop here, full throttle, big power, high speed blasts, really to just suck down as much power out of these batteries as possible. I'm going to check for their runtime. I'm going to check for, are the cells balanced at the end of the run, or did one cell really get a lot weaker than another? I'm going to be looking for power level. Can I notice a power level difference between them? That kind of stuff, and see what it looks like. Now, one of the first things that I did when we're looking at this is I actually charged all these batteries yesterday, almost 24 hours in advance. Because one of the things that I've seen with a lot of my batteries is some of the newer ones, some of the better quality ones, they tend to hold that voltage. So all of these batteries were balance charged to 4.2 volts. Every single one of them came off the charger at 4.2 volts per cell. Now, 24 hours later, where do they sit? The YouMe batteries, 24 hours later, I have, of the 8 total cells that I have here, one of them at 4.19, actually 3 of them, sorry, 3 of them at 4.19, and all of the rest 4.15. So the maximum voltage drop 0.05 volts, and all of them in that range. The Ovonics here, so 24 hours later, again, what was it? I had 2 cells out of the 8. They're at 4.19. I had 6 cells at 4.15. So really both of these, 4.19, 4.15, maybe a slight lead to the Ovonic, but basically the same. GoldBat, on the other hand, this one was interesting. One of these 2 batteries, all 4 cells, 4.15. The other one, 4.10, 4.11 times 2 of them, and a 4.15. So one of these 2 batteries, I didn't mark it, one of these 2 batteries seems like it might be a little bit weaker than the other ones. Okay, so I didn't want any of these batteries to have an advantage or disadvantage, however that would work out, by going out with the cold X-Maxx that hasn't been driven for days. So I actually have power hobby batteries in here that aren't going to be part of the test. This is just a warm-up, and a warm-up only to get the vehicle up to temperature. And then between every battery pack set, I'm actually going to let the vehicle cool back down a little bit, not all the way cold of course, but back down to roughly the same temperature as it's going to be after a few exploratory laps with this one. Now after a warm-up, first batteries go in, GoldBat. One of the things you'll notice, these GoldBat 5000 milliamp hour, I can actually use a spacer in here. They're slim enough that they actually fit in underneath with room to spare. So if you're hard bashing, you're going to want to wrap those in something that gets their diameter up a little bit more to keep them in there. All right, now what we're going to do here, in order to test the range, is we are just going to use stopwatch on the cell phone. And as soon as we hit go, we're going to just see how long it takes for the battery to hit low voltage cutoff. Let's do it. First ones, these are the GoldBats. is dead in the water. I have steering and nothing else. We might have just hit overheat. We're gonna shut it down for a couple minutes and see if it comes back on. All right, we should be back and good. You ready, lady? I think that might be low voltage. I think we might have hit the low voltage. That's full throttle. All right, so the GoldBat, 8 minutes, 15 seconds with a 1 minute cool off in the middle. All right, so both of them came out of the truck. No swelling. So the other thing you'll see swelling on these sometimes. No swelling whatsoever. However, as I checked the voltage on them, one of these batteries 3.3 and 3.4 volts for each cell. The other one 3.0 and 3.1. So again, one of these started off a little bit weaker than the other one, and it definitely ended even weaker than it was to start with. So I need to keep an eye on one of these two. This was the GoldBat. All right, battery test number 2, the Ovonic 6000 milliamp hour. I was lucky. Oh, dead. Boom. All right, so this time only 4 minutes into a overheat. Oh, there's the voltage. That's full throttle. All right, 9 minutes 50 seconds is where we ended. So with the Ovonic 6000 milliamp, we got over a minute, almost 2 full minutes more runtime than we did with the GoldBats. We had 2 overheat slowdowns that we had in the middle of that, so add some in there. And then now that we're done, where the GoldBats had 3.3 and 3.0 volts left, both of these batteries were very well matched. They both ended up with 3.4 volts remaining, 3.45, 46, 49, 3.45, 49, and a 3.50. So very well matched. All the cells matched well within them. It's interesting though that we hit the low voltage cutoff at a higher voltage than we did with the GoldBats. So all right, last test, the YouMe Power 6500. These are actually the only ones that are rated at a 60C. The other 2 are rated at 50. Oh. Sorry. Tramp the Genius is on the other side left. I am literally, that's constantly turning left. Uh-oh. I broke something.
How'd you break something?
I know, just driving around. Oh man, this really sucks. So 2 minutes 23 seconds into the YouMe batteries, I purposely set this whole challenge, this whole test up to not be going over jumps, to not be doing anything crazy, to make sure that I didn't break anything, so that all the tests could be complete and there was no breakages or anything. And I'd be danged if right then, if you look at this, all of a sudden the dang pin is gone out of the drive shaft. All right, took it apart here, and you can see literally just missing the pin out of it. Everything else is physically there. The cross pin there is just the pin that holds it in. The diff cup has seen better. All right, back at it with the YouMes. We're gonna do this again. Freshly charged back up to give them a new shot. We are actually, however, at home, not at the farm. So it's gonna be slightly different test case, but we're gonna see if we can't measure it anyway. All right, so here we go, starting timer all over again. All right, finally, low voltage cutoff. 12 minutes, 46 seconds. At the end of the day, first driving impressions, now that I'm just done right here, the YouMe batteries, the Ovonics, and the GoldBats. The truth is, basically all of them felt like they had the same power level. Really, the really junk, old, worn-out power hobbies that I just used to warm the truck up actually felt like it had the most power out of all of them. But the other ones used felt, as far as punch goes, as far as total torque goes, speed goes, it all felt the same.